This is part 2, and I noticed that my camera is on delay. You know what? I noticed a lot of my videos have my camera on delay. I hope y'all don't mind, because even if you just want to kind of sit there and listen to my voice, that'll be better. Because I know sometimes I can be distracted by things like if I watch movies and the mouth is moving faster than the words, I get distracted by it the whole time. But anyway, focus. Liberation. Female liberation. Okay, these were the days when men could just whistle at the fine, sexy mama. And he could hump whoever he wanted, because that was just, it was a man's world. James Brown said it oh so eloquently. It's a man's world. And women didn't like that, especially since women figured they didn't, of course, women felt like they didn't need men. They didn't need men to satisfy their needs, or financially they didn't need men, and men are just sweaty, disgusting pigs that only think about themselves. And again, the woman started this. Because back before feminism, that was Martin Luther King days, Malcolm X days, and even before that. Black men and women were so focused on just moving up. If you look at Black Panthers wasn't an all-male thing. It was strong men, strong black men working with strong black women side by side as equals, trying to make a better tomorrow for themselves and the next generation, so that we can kind of see that equal standing, so we could be equals. And they wanted the family. It was all about the kids getting education. Black people were doing a thing back then. There's no doubt about that. I even want to do a video on integration and how, the pros and cons of that. And I don't want to knock us backwards, but there were pros, and then there are many cons, but there were many pros. But I'll get to that in another video. Liberation. So with the females, with the females being able to just have sex whenever they wanted, which was what that was. That's the porn. And then Marilyn Monroe came out as the sex symbol of the 60s. And with that, women felt sexually empowered. Like they could just go out and see a man on a bus and say, "Hey, let's bone." But men were with it because it was such a change. Like, women came from being prudes or whatever to just being free. Just take me now. And men like that, so they let it go on. Yes, men let that shit happen, because men could have been like, "No, that's you whore, you can't do that," and this and that. But they were so with it because it was just so, But I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry, y'all. So men were with it, which made it kind of acceptable for women to do that at first. But then it was like, man, these women are just flaunting their shit all over the place. But I want to just skip ahead to how all that translates to today and my family that they fucked up. So with black women adopting the white woman's theories and lesbian views of equality in the feminism movement, and then sexual liberation, and then sexual equality in the liberation movement, that was the white people's thing. So of course they kind of feel more comfortable with it already. And just like slavery is in our invented memory, that sort of thing is in white people's invented memory. They have their own invented memory, so that for them it's more acceptable, but not quite. But they know how to hide it. Now, black women, against with the last video that I put out, the pride thing with the pro-life and pro-choice, black women are automatically more pro-life because of their their feeling of religion, and then the pride where I'm a strong black individual woman. There's no reason I should give up the life of my baby, just because the man is a no good motherfucker. So she keeps the baby, which I don't. I'll give you my view real quick, a 30-second view on how I feel about abortion. Like, I believe in reincarnation in a sense, like, before you take that step to nirvana, and if you feel like, if the people who let material things bring them back into this world, i.e., say I had a great 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 grandfather that just loved fucking money, and invested in different housing and real estate, and when he was dying, he was like, I don't want to let go of my real estate. He didn't want to give away his shit in his will. I believe he's one day to be reincarnated and put on this earth again if you really wanted his fucking monetary shit so much. So what if I get pregnant? Now that could be my great 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 grandfather. I know it sounds crazy, but it could be my great 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 grandfather, and I just killed him. That's how I feel about that. So I mean, again, men believe, okay, with the liberation movement, you got the choice, and white women are more pro-choice because they have that reputation. I'm sorry, they have that reputation or that image to uphold in the community where, oh, how that would make us look. So, they encourage, or there's this feeling of encouragement in getting the abortion. Because the kids are like, oh, I don't want my parents to go through that, or whatever the case. With black people, you know how that goes. Now, I forgot what I was talking about again. It just looked like my eyes just blinked out of sync. Okay. Now, men believe that we should just go out if they get pregnant. They believe, well, you have the choice to go out and get an abortion if you accidentally get pregnant. So why do you want to kind of throw us under the bus and say, go get, instead of getting an abortion, you want half of my shit? And then, I was listening to Sergeant Willie Pete one day in one of his videos that he has on Gen X, and he was like, well, women, you have with the liberation movement that you asked for, women, you can go out and get abortions and, stop blaming brothers for all your faults and shit. And he was like, well, in the 2000s, everyone's doing it. Now, I don't mean to throw this shit in his face, but I mean, he said it without pause at all. Like, he saw it from the male's point of view, and I respect that. As a man, I respect his honesty. And as a woman, I feel like my point of view should be thrown out there about abortions and all that shit. I don't believe in abortion. I don't believe in having sex with a million different guys before, young girls, just because you have, you can't even reverse this shit. I don't even know where the point was that it got to this point where you can't even look at a man without feeling some kind of way sexually, or you can't have a non-sexual bond between a man and you if you not fucking in the year 2000, if you believe you need a commitment, then it's out of control. It's either all or nothing with women, and it should fucking be. It should be. You're either a hoe or you're not, and you want to, there's nothing wrong with sex. Spiritually, sex is a great thing. You kind of understand somebody else's spirit, and I don't know how other people view sex, if it's just a thing for them, but if I were to engage in sex with someone that I love, because that's the only way I'm even having sex with you. I don't have sex unless I'm in love. Like, that's how it should be. Sex is a beautiful thing. It feels great. There are things that happen in your body when you have sex that will never happen any other time. It's a spiritual thing, it's a mental thing, it's an emotional thing, it's a physical thing. It's something that happens in life, and if it didn't happen, then we couldn't procreate. And that's why I believe love has to be involved, because if you happen to procreate and you're not in love with this guy decides to run and you want to take half, and you become stressful, and it's like, oh, niggas ain't shit because he left me behind with this baby, and other niggas don't want you because they think you a loose cannon that just goes around and fucks everything, and and then you get a bad rep for yourself, and you say, these niggas ain't no good, they just want to use me. I mean, in a way, you look used, and then, you get on welfare because you decided to have a baby, and you didn't even have a job, and you didn't even go to school, you probably didn't finish school and you don't got a degree, you can't get a good job to feed you and your family, and you just want to blame everyone else. So there's going to be part 3 coming up because this video is ending. So I'll be back shortly.